My name is Arin Lindauer, and you're listening to A Life Without Struggle. I'm a wife, a mother of 2 wonderful children, a 2-time best-selling author, and a highly driven and successful entrepreneur. In my 17-plus year career as a mindset and health expert, I know what holds women back from a life you only dream about. Whether you're a CEO, a businesswoman, or executive, I started this podcast because I have been where you are, and I know you want and deserve more out of your life. I believe women are limitless. We just get lost along the way. The process to get you there is the topic and purpose of this podcast. When you understand what you want, you can truly step into a life without struggle. Welcome, and I'm so thankful you're here. All right, welcome back to another episode of Life Without Struggle. My name is Arin Lindauer, and today I got something super special for everyone, and I'm super excited to do this. I have my client Stephanie here with me today, and I have to share Stephanie with you guys because Stephanie has only been in the program a couple weeks, right? Almost a month, right?
Right, yep.
Yep. So, Stephanie and I have had lots of conversation, and this really came after I saw her through a beautiful vacation to Hawaii, and she and her husband were celebrating, but she came back from that trip and just had one of the most amazing experiences. But more than anything, she lost weight on a vacation, go figure, right? And the thing that struck me was how happy she was. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring Stephanie on here because it's one thing for me to like, hey, you got to work out, you got to do these things, mindset, blah, 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 all these things. But I think it's important for other women to realize that there's women in this program and what their experience is. And I think a lot of women are going to be very inspired. What my hope is, this inspires women to take action, whether that's working with me or not. Obviously, I want to help more women. But if that just encourages you to start getting the steps in, if that encourages you to, start thinking about a weight loss goal or a health goal that's important to you, if anything, I want this to be the thing that helps nudge you and say, hey, I can do this too, because we're normal women. And so, Stephanie, what I want to do here is, I want to take the listeners back a little bit. Before you were joining, tell the listeners a little bit about, what did taking care of yourself actually look like? What was day-to-day life? How did you feel? Share with everyone just a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay. So before I started this program, I was just always looking for like, what's going to work. And, I still was active. I was still always trying to eat right. I knew about macros and all that, but I just could never like get over that hump. Like I would start losing a little bit of weight. And then, I think I was doing great. And then something would happen and I wouldn't be the focus anymore. So I just couldn't get it going. It would just be short term and then it would be frustration. And so, I tried to take care of myself, but the big part of it is not putting myself first. And that is, I know for a lot of women, that's just super foreign. And I think that's been made a difference to put myself first. And then to have the guidance is huge for me.
Oh, I love that. It is. I mean, I know every woman is resonating with this, that, we do put ourselves last. An interesting question that I ask women often is, hey, girl, what do you want? And they can't answer it. And it's that completely just putting ourselves last and, whatever's left is left for mama, right?
Yep, that's true. The scraps,
right. So you had shared with me before, and you had shared that you had worked with other coaches. What do you feel was missing? Because this is super common. I will hear this all the time. Arin, I've already worked with a coach. It didn't work for me. And you were reluctant to do another program, right? And share with everyone like
Right.
those feelings, that trepidation, but then also what do you think was missing from those experiences?
Yeah, I've tried several like coaching programs, workout programs. I've tried Weight Watchers, and I did become long before I had kids. I did Weight Watchers, and then I did my own workouts. And but I never really. I became a lifetime member, but I never went back because there was just something not there. So I've had those kind of coaches. I've hired trainers before, and what was missing that I found when I hired you was first of all the education, and that's what you went to school for. That was huge for me. And I think the sincerity, because when you hire another, like just what I will call a trainer, like at a gym, or you find someone, you get a flyer at a health food store or something,
Mhm.
and you hire them. It was just kind of like you felt like, okay, they're my coach. They're there for me, and it just, when things weren't going right, and there just wasn't that full experience like I've had since I've joined this program. And or they would start talking about their problems, and I would kind of be their coach for a while, and I'm really good at that. And so it would bug me, but like, oh, okay. So then I would lose some weight and I would get in good shape, and then life would kick in, and there was no like follow up, like, hey, what happened to you? Or I think watching, like learning about you, watching your podcast, that really got me to sign up too, because we had met and then I didn't sign up right away. Um, and yeah, I just found you super relatable. And your dedication was another thing that really stuck out to me. Like, this is what you do. This is your life, and you're so sincere. And I didn't, I've heard it from other people. And I'll tell you, I've learned that men, that wasn't shouldn't have been my go-to. I
Mm,
was always kind of drawn towards men doing it for I don't know why, but and then I just thought, they don't get the hormones, they don't get like how females see themselves, they don't get how society sees females. So the fact that you were a female and you already knew, and
yeah.
you've been through some stuff yourself, that was the big difference for me.
No, that's
um,
awesome.
yeah, it's more than training. You're not a personal trainer. You've got like the full package. You talk about, there's the mindset. That's the biggest part for me. I can work out all day long. I love working out,
Yep,
and I know
you
how to
do.
be healthy. But that whole mindset that kind of I've gotten since I've been working with you, that's like, oh my God, yeah. And just to be reminded of that, you know.
No, I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it because it is this, everybody wants it to just be the magical meal plan or, the perfect workouts, right? And
Yeah,
where, yes, I can offer all of that. And I was telling a woman the other day, I was like, I'm just going to simplify your life, okay? Most women don't eat terrible. Now, do
yeah,
some need more direction than others? For sure. But
yeah,
we're not going to eat off a meal plan the rest of our life. And
yeah,
the thing that I will tell you is like I am very adamant about my style of workouts, progressive resistance training, and it's cool though to hear like the relatability factor. I appreciate sincerely because that's one thing that I feel like is I do get women. I get women in this like 40s, 50-year
yeah.
old space.
Hmm. Yeah, things definitely change in many
Yes.
ways for women, as you know.
Yep, exactly. And so, I want you to share if you're comfortable sharing this. We spoke and you didn't sign up, but you came back and you signed up your daughter. What
Yes.
what made you, so if you don't mind sharing with the audience, and here's the thing I want to pinpoint to is I don't get on a call to twist someone's arm.
Right.
I'm not going to pull some weird sales tactic. I know you need the help, but it's got to be the
Yeah.
right time, and I'm a huge advocate of that. But share with everyone, okay, what was all that, right? And then how come you signed up your daughter? Here's mama
Yeah.
putting daughter
Well,
first. And
I'm
then
I'm laughing. I'm
what
I'm
made
laughing because I'm remembering that when I found out about you, I had seen you on Instagram.
yep.
I'm like, God, this she seems kind of different. I'm like, she's in great shape, but I don't feel like she's a Barbie. I don't feel like she's not promoting, her hot body. I'm like, I'm gonna check her out. So I touched base with you. I had a meeting with you. It was really great.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I slept. It was kind of a late meeting, so we were supposed to do all the paperwork and everything in the morning. And then I did not sleep that night. And I
Mhm.
was up like at 4 in the morning. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do
Mhm.
this. And so I talked myself out of it. I DM'd you and said, hey, I just can't do it right now. You were super sincere in your response, and that made it even worse for me, but not in a bad way. But I was like,
Right.
oh my God. I'm like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And I kept telling myself that. But then I was like, oh, my daughter needs it. She needs to have someone like this more than I do. And that was my deal. So I told my daughter about you. It took, I don't know, maybe less than a week for her to reach out to you. And I said, she's really good. I'm just going to wait. I want you to do it first. You go do it. And then I started watching your podcast or listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, she is talking to me. Like she freaking knows me. And so and you didn't know me, but I was like, all your and I was like, I started listening and listening. And I kept telling my daughter, and I would send her the podcast, say, listen to this.
Wonderful.
You know, I started sending it to my niece, who I work out with her sometimes. And I was like, you got to listen to this woman, you know. So that's what got me. And then I don't know which podcast finally put me over, but I just thought, why? It was probably the one, I think, putting yourself first, I think,
Yep.
is one of them.
Yep. Yep.
And then it was like, oh, she's totally talking to me. Like I'm like, when did she do this? When did she record this? Was it after I met her? But it was way before you met me. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my God, I just have to do it. I just
Yeah.
have to do it. And part of it was just trusting, and because I had put so much money
Yes.
into another program not that less than a year ago, and I was a little disappointed. And even with that, like, you know, I just stopped doing it. Like I ended the program like 2 weeks early. I never heard from the owner who
Anybody?
signed me up. Never heard a word. Like never tried to get me back. Hey, what's wrong? What's going on? And I was passed around to different coaches, which I didn't like. So
Mhm.
anyway,
Yeah.
that's the story. Yeah, and I'm laughing because I just remember laying in bed like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I shouldn't do this. And now that's all changed. You
Yep.
know, it's all changed. You heard it when I talked to you on the phone
Yep.
in Hawaii. You know,
Yep.
that it's just something clicked.
Well, and let's segue right into that. I mean, you've been in the program, about a month now, and I'm curious from your perspective, what changes? Like, what have you ch felt in your body, your energy, your mind, your confidence?
Well, it's really a large part of it is my mindset.
Yeah.
And it was not hard for me on vacation. And it's like having you in my pocket, like having, like, what would Arin do? You know,
Yes.
like, what would Arin say? And but I don't feel like it's not like it's like support. It's not like, oh, I'm idolizing you. It's just this girl, like, I don't want to call us girls because I always say girls, but
Mm.
like, we have to like support each other. And I really have not ever met someone in this industry that is, I feel, just is genuinely supportive and really cares. And so for me, like, it was good to have you right before I went on vacation because it helped me just like, all right, just stay focused, send her a picture, ask her a question. I never felt like I was bugging you. In the beginning, I felt like I was going to bug you. I said, I promise my questions will end. I won't keep bugging you. And you're like, no,
I was like, bring
ask
them
me more
on.
questions. Yeah, and you were on vacation shortly, I think, before I went. So, and I even told my daughter, I'm like, she's supposed to be on vacation, and she's like messaging me every day, or met like every other day, or whatever it was, you know, responding to things that I would do, you know. So I don't know if I answered your question. I get off target here, but um, did I answer your question?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
for you, it was really about that mindset. Again, I think nuts and bolts, right? I think it is helpful
Oh,
for
mindset. Yeah.
someone to really like look at food, give clear direction. And what I appreciated too when you're on your vacation was, hey, I'm in this situation, this or that. And
Hmm.
that is the kind of support that I love giving women because I'm not telling you what to do. You've looked at two reasonable options and you're saying, hey, I'm in this situation. Which one would you do? Because
Yeah.
this is how we do it for life. Because
Yeah.
we all, reasonably speaking, know how to eat, but there are situations where it's like, okay, what would Aaron do? And here's kind of my discernment, but okay, from your professional stance, what would you do? And I love when clients do that because this is called real life. It's
Yeah.
about navigating work things. It's about navigating, vacations because there's ultimately at the end of the day a new version of you. a version that doesn't, and I'm not saying you personally do this, but, oh, I'm on vacation, pig out on everything and, when in Rome, like I'm going to do these things. But it's about you becoming this version of you. And you had a really cool thing happen on vacation and that just, I think, was so special. And I think it's when other women notice. Do you mind
Oh,
sharing
yeah.
that?
Yeah. Well, and this is hard. I mean, I'm going to talk about it, but I feel, oh, like, oh, that's bragging. But,
No,
I'm
oh
not
my
a
gosh.
bragger, but I'll tell you.
No.
So there's two things. The first thing is, three things. My husband, so he said, oh, he knew I was going to be talking to you today about this. And he's like, well, you can tell her that I gained 7 pounds and you lost weight. Because he did. He gained 7 pounds in 7 days. And
Oh
because
my gosh.
he went on vacation, so he he went on vacation and he enjoyed it, and I
Yep.
went on vacation and enjoyed it. I just enjoyed it in a different way,
Yeah,
with food.
exactly.
And so there's that. And then the other thing is, so we went. He has some family over there, and we went and I met some. They were just friends of family that were there, and one of the girls who was probably, I'm 54. She was probably, I don't know. Actually, she was 39. I was surprised she was 39. So anyway, she she said, "Hey," and I was just I've never had, not that I can remember, had another woman, and she was a great girl. She was very friendly, very genuine, and she goes, "Hey, do you work out?" And
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I do. And she goes, wow, you can really tell. And I didn't even know what to say. I was kind of embarrassed, but like
I know.
flattered. Like the first thing I did think of, I have to tell Arin. I
Yes.
have to tell her, because that I just got a chill right now just talking about it. And it's not that I need people to be like, oh, look at you. I don't like a lot of attention. But then the third thing that happened on vacation was I brought a bikini top. I wear like these board shorts as my bottoms to my bathing suit. Usually I have a one piece that I wear. And my husband's like, why don't you wear that bikini? I go, I'm not wearing, no, I'm not ready yet. But I brought it. So he talked me into it and I wore it. And
Oh,
I I said, don't be taking pictures. I was kind of shy about it, but by the end of the day, I thought, you know, and I'm not perfect. Like I still have a belly a little bit, and my legs aren't perfect, but I felt the confidence that I've had
yeah.
since I've been doing this. And it's just like I said, it's that whole change in my mindset and about me. And and so I wore it, and
Yes, you did.
yeah, I did. And I was like, wow, okay, this isn't so bad. And he's like, you look great, and then I need to tell myself that too, so I felt great. So
Yeah.
it was a good vacation for many reasons. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I think like there's no woman on the planet that doesn't love having a genuine comment or when others notice. And I think
Hmm.
as women too, we need to do a better job. Two things. We need to do a better job of giving the compliments, like, hey, you look good,
Yeah.
girl, but then receive the compliment.
Yes.
Because even
Yes. We
myself, like
all
it's
need to work
still
on
like,
that.
yep, we all need to work on this, but it's just saying thanks versus, or have you ever done this where you'll have a cute outfit on and you're like, oh, I got
Yes.
it on sale. It's like nobody needs to know that you got it on sale. Just say thank you. Right?
Oh, I always do that. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Or like, oh, well, and there's always an excuse. It's
Yep.
like, I thank you, but blah, 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 blah. So yes, we
Exactly.
all, and that's something I've tried to tell my daughter. You can just say thank you. You don't owe, there's no explanation. Just say
No
thanks,
explanation. Yep. Exactly.
but then I don't practice what I preach. So I'm
Well,
getting
we're
there.
we're working on it. We're working on it, but I love that. And so
Yep.
tell
Yep.
me, like, take this another step further if you're open to sharing this, is like, how has this impacted other areas? Like, do you feel this has, I know we're only a month in here, but do you feel like this has impacted your relationship with your husband, your kiddos, going into this school year?
Yeah. I think that, well, for sure, like, my kids, my son, I want him to come to see you guys too. But my kids are grown. So one's in college, one's out of college. He's already 23. He's not in college anymore. And, um, they know that I take care of myself. They know that, I'm trying something, different. My husband, I mean, I've talked to my husband about it more because I spend more time with him, but he told me the other day, he goes, I kind of like, this seems like it's kind of life changing for you. And I
No.
was like, well, yeah, it is life changing. But I'm like, man, I've been telling you for so long that I want to like I want to get super. I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I'm tired of feeling. I'm tired of feeling bad. And part of it is, yes, perimenopause and all these other things that are going on with my health. But I'm like, I'm just tired of being tired. I'm tired of feeling crappy. And that goes with how I'm feeling about myself in my head too, and my body. So even though it's only been a month, I mean, I was still kind of approaching it before I met you, but now I just feel like it's kind of just pushed
Like,
me up.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's just
all coming together.
yeah, and I'm starting to see some change in my, how parts, how I look and
Mhm.
how I can see different definition a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yes.
and so yeah, I mean, my husband, he sees it, he sees a difference, he sees a difference in my energy,
Yeah.
and for him to say, like, I kind of laughed when he said it was life changing. I'm like, wow, how bad was I before? But
No.
I should have just said thank you,
It's
but yeah, it is.
it I think it's all good because I think men have a really hard time of like communicating this stuff, but I think it really is how we put ourselves out there to the universe. So we put ourselves out there as a new woman to not only our spouse, to our kiddos. You're going to see this next school year just completely transform in front of you, and in a good way. It's never that there was anything wrong. It's just hey, I actually want to feel this way. And that's the energy. You're moving into a new vibration, a new energy honestly, this will change you for the rest of your life. And it's a good thing. I'm curious what has surprised you the most, or what surprised you the most about yourself in this whole process.
Well, one thing, there's a couple things. The first thing I'd say, well, I wore a bikini top
Yes.
in public, which is really
I love it.
that's never happened. Well, I mean, when I was 40, I went to Mexico and I wore a bikini, but I was 40. That was almost 15 years ago.
Right on.
So, also, I think what surprised me, like, there's like this kind of like, even though I feel like I'm talking really fast right now and I'm happy, there is a sense of calm, and
Yes.
that probably has been a little bit surprising to me. And yeah, I've started back to work, and yesterday there was a few things that happened, and I prepped myself this whole summer. I'm not going to get stressed out this year. I'm going to handle things differently. And then something happened, and I felt this gut punch in my stomach, and I was like, "No, you got this. Like
Oh, good.
And so, but it's not easy. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, I just waved a wand, but it's
Right.
just being mindful and just being like, okay, this is going to happen, and how are you going to handle it? And just like, it's like this calmness and maybe like a confidence
It
that
it,
I
it
felt like
is.
I really have lost in, say maybe like the last not 3 to 5 years. I feel like the confidence is gone. Like it used to be way more confident, and
Yeah.
it's coming back. It's coming
That's
back.
I love that. I mean, there's literally everything for every woman. I mean, I think for all of us, we go through different phases of life and we have different things happen in our life, good, bad, whatever. But when you feel good in your own skin and you're able to roll with stress and you're able to work through it, I don't think we're immune, right? Like stuff
Right.
is
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah. We're
happen.
all going to have stress.
Yeah, but when we can stay calm, cool, we can have discernment, we can work through things. I mean, that is what happens. And again, I know this is like working out and eating right, but it's so much more because we learn who we are in this process.
Mhm.
Um, I'm curious what you would tell someone because I know there's a lot of women that are listening to this, and I'm curious what would you tell a woman who knows she needs help? Because that's one thing too, is I know as women, like, okay, we're not blind to the fact that we're doing all the things, nothing is working. So, okay, what would you say to the woman who is scared to invest in herself?
Um, I would just do it. Like just do it, and that you won't regret it. I mean, there's not a second that I regretted investing in it, and I think that I mean, it's like, what do you say? I don't know, just do it. Like just do it. And then I think the more time that passes since I've started this, it's like, oh yeah, totally. I'm totally gonna re-up. Like I have to do this.
Oh, that's
And
good.
it's just this thing that kind of comes, and I'm hoping everybody has this experience. It's just this feeling that kind of comes over you. Like I said, that calmness and that confidence, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it to invest in you. And we aren't, and as you've mentioned before, women aren't, we aren't taught to put ourselves first.
No,
and it's just kind of ingrained in us not to do that. But, at some point, I don't know, this is a magical thing about, perimenopause. You just like, enough's enough. Like, well, you're going to live the rest of your life feeling like that. I didn't want to, didn't want to feel that way anymore,
I
So
know.
I don't know if that answers it, but just do it. Just do it.
It's fair. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever right time because like you had so some women will tell me, "Oh, I gotta wait till life calms down," or they'll tell
Yes.
me, "Oh,
It's
I gotta
never going to
wait
calm
till
down.
I know," or I gotta wait till after my vacation, and I'm like, "Oh, case in point, you went on vacation and lost weight." And it's not like you deprived yourself
Yes.
either, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. But once you start doing it, like you don't want that crappy
Yep.
cake. My cousin ordered this big old piece of coconut chiffon cake, and it doesn't like appeal to me because I'm like, I'd rather feel good tomorrow morning than feel like crap tonight. You just start making choices for yourself, and you can start looking at it like, this is a good choice for me?
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, you just got to do it.
Yep. You just got to do it, and that's
There's
where
never going to be a good time.
I know there never is
There's
going to
not,
be a good time, but it is. Here's what I will tell women listening to this too is you got to go all in and commit on yourself. As hard as that is, it's so easy to throw down for our kiddos. It's so easy to, do something for the house or our spouse or whatever. But when it comes to us and how we feel, can you imagine navigating life? You've got the weight off your body. You've simplified this whole entire approach. You're not trying all the things. That's what can happen when you invest in the right coach with the right program is you simplify this process and you never look back. Okay. Stephanie is not going to need a coach the rest of her life. Stephanie is
no,
going to know how to do this. And that is probably one of the most important things to me is like, cool, of course we're going to lose weight, but like I'm more interested in the process to becoming this new woman that never needs
right.
to lose weight again. Okay.
Yeah, and then you get more than just losing the weight. That's what you're saying. Like this
Yep.
whole mindset shift.
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking even more forward to.
Yeah, no, I love that. And so if you were to look back, what's the one thing that maybe you wish you could have told yourself before starting? Is there any words you would have said?
Before start, like when I didn't start,
Right.
um, I think I don't that's a hard one for me just because I don't because I've always feel like I've needed this, but I think just hearing like your podcast just really like the things that you said, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what she's talking about. So I don't know what I would have said. Like, why didn't you do it sooner? That's what I say now. You should have done it sooner. But the other side of that is, I went through everything I went through, and you
Mhm.
talked to me about this, all the choices that I've made with other programs or whatever. I had to go through that to know what I want, and now I know exactly what I want. So I don't know if I answered your question really, but
Nope.
I just that I had to go through all of that stuff and depriving. I hate to use the word depriving, but not
Yeah.
really giving myself what I wanted or what I needed and what
Hmm.
I deserved actually, and then just saying, it's it's worth it. It's
Exactly.
worth it.
Exactly. And so in light of that, like, if we were to describe the difference between you, pre the program and really the woman that you feel that you are becoming, that you've already experienced this calmness, this confidence, describe the woman that you're becoming now.
Well, I think that I'm she's more confident. There's that calmness I keep talking about,
Mhm.
just more focused on what's
Yeah.
really important. Is it
Yeah.
really important all this crud that goes on at work and all of the stuff that's not planned, stuff that's not, talked about or whatever? That's not really what's important. What's important is how I'm feeling and what I'm doing for myself. And that is foreign to me and I'm sure a lot of other women.
Yep.
But like even today, like I'm getting ready to go home and I'm like, I really I'm just thinking about what am I going to do? What am I going to do tonight for me? And that's rare. That's not, and it's sort of uncomfortable, Arin,
Yes.
because it's just kind of a foreign thing. I'm like, oh, this feels weird. I feel like I'm being selfish sometimes, but I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to
Yeah.
do what makes me feel good for me, And yeah, sometimes working out, even today, I was like, oh, I can do it. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I just keep like
You
you
just
talked
do it.
about this the other day. you just got to do it. And it's like, once I start, I'm like, oh, it's easy. I can do this, but it's just getting yourself going. So anyway, I hope I answered that question.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. No, we chat all the time. I share this with clients. I didn't want to do my workout either,
yeah.
but you just do
Yes.
it. Like,
It's because I had so much to do after it,
yes.
like get
Yeah.
ready for stuff, get ready for the school year, all that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking about, that's what happened. I got ahead of myself and started thinking about, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, instead of, no, the first thing you have to do is for yourself.
Take care of
And once
yourself.
I can
Yep.
really, every day when I can just get up and think about that, what are you doing first? What's most important? What's number one on your to-do list? It should always be me and my workout or my walk or whatever I'm going to do.
And I think to really bring that point home is we feel like it is being selfish to take care of ourselves first, but it's really being selfless because
Mm-hmm.
when we show up as the educator that we truly are, when we show up as the wife that we are, when we show up as the woman that we are, because we got that workout in and we feel good. I will tell you that I handle stress differently. I handle different, just like even in email. We got an email from one of the kiddos' teachers, and I was just kind of laughing because I was like, "Did she read this before she sent this?" Because yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, that could have rubbed you the wrong way. But it's just kind of funny when you're so calm, you're so collected, you're
Yes.
able to kind of roll with it, and that
Mm-hmm.
comes from truly just feeling good about ourselves. I talk about constantly everything is a mirror. What you project is what you get. And I know that can be challenging. I think that was very challenging for me to learn when I was going through my training on this. But when we're giving off this person who is confident, is strong, is loving, has empathy, understands that we all make mistakes, it's like we can roll with things a lot easier. And especially for my driven women, because I know most women that are listening to this podcast, we're driven. We get after things in life. We want things to be perfect and, it's good and bad, right? And so it's so helpful when we can just see this new version of ourselves, but we can realize that like actually that's who we are now. And that's what this journey is really about.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
well, I hope everybody has really enjoyed this and enjoy hearing this from someone else. I think it's one thing for me to constantly drive home this message, but I also just appreciate Stephanie coming on here, being vulnerable and sharing this because there's real women in this program that are moving and shaking and changing their lives forever. And I never take that for granted at all. What would you leave the audience with? Any parting words or anything that you would like to end today with? I
I
put her
just
on the
say,
spot.
I guess I'll use my husband. He goes, God, it's like life changing. And it really can be life changing.
Yep.
If you're ready for that change, if
Yep.
you're tired, that was me. I was just, I had told a friend before I did this whole thing, I go, I'm just tired of feeling this way. I don't want to feel this way.
Yep.
So make a change, make a change and do it. You're the only one that can do it, you
Yep.
know, so
Yep.
do it.
We're tired of being tired. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a rhetorical statement that I hear from women all the time. And I don't
Yeah.
think women realize when you're not on this side of the fence, when Stephanie flipped the coin, and now granted, this has been something that you have been after for a while. So I think that coin had been flipped, and this is just really like reaffirming and just solidifying that flip that, hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel this way anymore. And so
Yeah.
I think it's important for women to understand that like, yeah, we are tired. Yeah, we've got all these competing priorities, but can you imagine how you would navigate life when you feel good and you
Yes.
can't put a price on your health?
Nope.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you so much for
You're
taking
very
the
welcome.
time.
Very
And thank
welcome.
you for doing the work. That's,
Mhm.
there's no secrets to this. Arin doesn't have some special like meal plan or workout regime. Well, I am biased to my workouts, but like there's no hidden cheat codes to this. This is about rolling up the sleeves, but being ready for change. All
Yes.
right, everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll talk with you later.